Hello everyone. Today's video is going to be a bit of a different one. Now in this video, I'm going to be doing the question and answer for 100 subscribers. I'm going to be doing a deck review and a card trick performance and tutorial. So first, let's talk about the question and answer. Now, a few days ago, I was going to do this question and answer, I believe Monday, because it showed I hit 100 subscribers. So I had set up everything, and I just got ready for the question and answer. So I checked and I made sure I still had 100 subscribers. It said I had 99, so I thought, okay, that's weird. I'll wait and I'll give it a day or two. So that's what I did. And the next day I hit 100 subscribers again. So I was like, okay, now I'm going to wait a day or two and see what happens. So I waited 2 days. So 2 days, and right now, we still have 100 subscribers at the time of this recording. So I thought I was going to do the question and answer right now. Now, I don't know if we're going to go down a subscriber or stay at 100. But either way, I'm going to do this question and answer and get it out to all of you. Okay, then whatever happens, happens. But at least it will be out. Now, before we actually get into the Q&A, I want to thank each and every one of you for helping me get 100 subscribers. Whether you are a new subscriber, or you have been here for the journey, or maybe you've been here before I even started my channel, because you know me from your channel. Either way, I want to thank all of my current subscribers and my future subscribers. And right now, we're going to be doing the question and answer. And for this question and answer, I didn't get many questions. I got about 3 people here and about 7 questions. So if you have a channel and you asked a question, so even if you don't have a channel you're running, but you still ask a question, I'm going to leave your channel down below, okay? So if you get a few subscribers, there you go. You can get a few more subscribers to help you out. And I'm thinking about doing another one of these at 200 subscribers, but we can talk about that later. So without further ado, let's get into the question and answer. So the first 3 are from Jorge Anido. And so the first question he asked is, what's the most recent effect or effects, so plural, more than one, you performed for someone? Okay, so for 2 of these effects, I don't know the names, but I will leave videos down below where you can check out the names. So the first trick is actually a prediction trick I used to do all the time in high school. And if you go to my channel and you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you're going to see something like really easy, awesome prediction card trick or something. I'll leave those videos down below, but the video I would recommend checking out is by Michael 6 Magician, where he shows the same trick, okay? It has something to do with Leonard Green. Now, I'm not too sure if he came up with it, or if this is a variation Michael came up with based off of a Leonard Green trick, but I'm going to leave the video down below so you can check that out. And make sure to subscribe to Michael, by the way, because at 2,000 subscribers, he will be having a giveaway. So if you want a chance to win something, go and get him to 2K as fast as possible. So the second trick probably needs no explanation, because like every channel has their own variation of it. But it's the biddle trick. This is such a good trick because you can do it with the whole deck. You can do it with a packet. You can do it with maybe red-black cards, some teleportation thing. Anything you want to do with the biddle trick, you can do because of the biddle steal. So this is another really nice trick, but because of COVID, it's not so good anymore. But there's ways you can switch it up too. And the last trick, I'm going to leave Michael 6 again down below. Was a trick by Carl Fulvez, And don't quote me on this because I can't remember the name exactly. But if you check out the video, you'll see the name. It's either 33.7, 34.6, 37.6, something along those lines. Just another nice prediction effect, okay? So those are the 3 tricks or effects I performed for someone recently. So the second question is, who are 3 of your favorite performers or artists? Now, I'm not sure if you mean current performers or dead performers or whatever, but these are 3 of my favorite. And I don't think these are gonna change anytime soon, that is. Now, the first one has to be David Blaine, obviously. I got a DVD of David Blaine for Christmas my mom got for me, and it's just a really nice DVD. If you don't know David Blaine, then I don't know how, but make sure you check him out because he's really good at what he does, whether it's endurance or mentalism or whatever, but he's really good, so he's definitely one. Now, the second performer would be Shin Lim. You've probably seen him on America's Got Talent, The Champions, and I think he's the first and only performer to win both of those shows. But Shin Lim is so good at what he does, and I actually saw him for the first time from his first Penn and Teller Fool Us appearance, which has last time I checked, it had 50 million views, probably more by now, but he's definitely another one that is really, really good. He just blew me away. And the third guy, now this is a little weird because there's 2 of them I'm thinking of here. Now, the third guy would be Harry Lorraine. Now, the reason I say there's 2 guys I'm thinking of is because of Daryl. Now, for those of you that don't know, I'm pretty sure most of you know, but Daryl isn't alive anymore, but Harry Lorraine is. So when Daryl was alive, I was watching all of his stuff he was doing, and he would be my third one right there. But since there's nothing, but since he's not with us anymore doing live stuff, Harry Lorraine actually came in, okay, and he's still alive and going away at it. So it's a little weird here. Technically it's 4, but I want to name it as 3. But those are my 4 favorite. David Blaine, Shin Lim, and either Daryl or Harry Lorraine. And the last question from Jorge, number 3. What deck of cards do you find yourself using most often? No surprise here, but bicycle decks, okay? Now the thing is, when I went to college or high school, okay, because I started performing around high school, I always carried on me a red bicycle standard and a blue bicycle standard, okay? There's a lot of stuff you can do with 2 decks, and maybe you want to do a do as I do, interactive trick, but bicycles, because number 1, they're the most recognized deck everywhere. At least every person I know owns a bicycle deck or 2. And number 2, they're super, super cheap. Go to Walmart, Dollar Store, I don't know, Tops, BJ's. I'll talk about BJ's in a minute. But Walmart, go up to the front of the cash registers there, the cashiers. They'll sell actually a 2-pack of these for $4. Okay, so they're really good. Now, BJ's, actually, where I live, you can get 12 of them. So, 6 red and 6 blue. You can get the red and blue standards for about $16.99 if you're a member. If you're not, it's about $20.99. Or you can get the jumbo decks, okay? So red and blue, 6 and 6 for the same prices. And the last reason why I love these so much is because these are really good to replace. So if you get a card torn or whatever, you can always go and pick up a new bicycle deck and it doesn't matter. whether you're on the street and you want to perform for someone but you don't have a deck on you, or whatever the reason may be, bicycles is my favorite deck and the deck I perform with most often. So, those are the first 3 questions by Jorge Anido. His channel down below I will leave. Make sure to subscribe to him to get him to 800 subscribers, and then we can keep going up. Okay, so the second person is Robert Ball Magician. Now, he wants to get to 1,000 subscribers so he can do a massive giveaway. So if you don't know Robert, really great guy, excellent magic, excellent performance. He and his wife, his grandson, his son actually records his videos. Really nice setup, nice cards, nice everything. Sometimes he'll teach a trick or whatever. But really nice guy. Make sure to get him to 1,000 subscribers as quick as possible. He asked, how old were you when you got into magic? Now, I know only a few of you know my story about getting into magic, but if you want a full video on it sometime, let me know, and I'll see what I can do for you. But essentially, I'm gonna break this down as quick as I can. The first time I got exposed to magic was when I was 6 years old. This was when Criss Angel was still really popular. David Blaine wasn't as good, popular, famous as he is now. Okay, so basically Criss Angel was David Blaine, okay, in terms of fame. I got a Criss Angel magic kit. So I opened up that kit and I practiced all the tricks and I performed them in front of my parents. Now, sometimes they worked, sometimes they didn't. And I think this kept going on. I'm not too sure how long. I think a few years. And then eventually, a trick didn't work and I've had enough of it. Because for some reason, I just couldn't get the trick down, or tricks. So I threw the kit in the corner and I said, I'm done with you. And I went on with my life. I didn't look back at that kit. I didn't get into magic again. I was done. Now, let's go to 10th grade in high school. This was during biology class. Our teacher, actually, we found out on the first day, what he did with his other classes was he performed magic, okay? Now, specifically, card tricks, okay? So whether there was time at the end of the class, or the class was good, they got all their work done, whatever it was, he would always have a trick. And I remember he did the first card trick, and I remembered, oh, I used to do magic. So I went home, I told my parents about it, I went out to Walmart, and I got probably the crappiest deck of cards ever. At the time, I didn't know. They were Maverick. I don't know how many of you know Maverick, but they're like 99 cents, and they are garbage. So that's what I got, Maverick. So I went back, I learned a few tricks, and I performed for him. He was amazed, because no one ever showed him a trick. So then he went home and he learned a trick and he showed it to me. Now, we kept doing this for a while, and eventually this turned into a battle, sort of, or duels. So we would go home, learn a trick, whatever. It's sort of like Penn and Teller fool us in a way. See whose trick was better, who could we figure out. Now, I don't know why, but my tricks were always better. He always got fooled by mine. So, and he actually started giving me stuff too, like decks of his own, or he would sign decks, or maybe he would give me gimmicks, the double backers, double facers, whatever. And this kept going on. So I thought, okay, I was done with magic after that year. Now, word spread around quickly that, hey, this kid does magic. So then the next year, people were wanting to see magic, so I did magic for them, and it kept going on to 12th grade, graduated, college, so on and so forth. So, that big long story for your answer was 6 years old. When I got back into magic was around 10. So there's a little story right there. If you want the full story, let me know down below, and I will see what I can do. So I was 6 when I first got into it, and then 10th grade, so I was maybe 13 or 14 again, and I haven't stopped since. What was your first trick performance? Okay, so this one is a little weird because either it's the kit or it's the card trick. But to be honest, I don't remember the kit one bit. I was 6 and now I'm 20, so I don't remember the kit. I think it was the key card trick, though, of where they select a card. You remember the bottom card, they put it on, you cut the deck, you spread it out, and on top of the key card is their card. So let me show you what I mean real quick by that. So let's say we remember the 3 of hearts, we have the 3 of diamonds, or we'll go with the 2 of clubs is the selection, 3 of hearts is the bottom card. I'll cut it, and then when you go through here, on top of the 3, so that's the 5, 3 is the 2 right there. That was the first trick. Now the first trick for my teacher, I don't know the name, but I will leave it down below. And is actually by, I saw it by MissMag822, but I don't know if I can find his video, so I will leave MLT Magic Tricks down below so you can see his video of it. It was a real nice math trick. 4 piles, you add up the piles a certain number, you count them out, and they add up to another number. I haven't done the trick in so long, but make sure you check it out down below. I'll link it. And we have 2 questions left. So the third question would be, what is your favorite book that you have read so far? So my favorite book I've read so far, I actually have a review on it. Actually, Divinations by Shawn Divine. Okay, real nice magic book. I don't read anymore. Okay, so I can't really remember what my favorite books are. But so far what I have read would be Divinations by Shawn Divine. I'll leave the link down below. And my favorite author, these are by Shawn McDowell, in case I didn't point that out. Who is my favorite author? When I was little, it was Dr. Seuss. Now, like I said, I don't read anymore, but if I was to read, it would probably have to be a Dr. Seuss book, just for the heck of it, because a few of those books I really loved back then. But those were the questions for 100 subscribers, for Jorge Anido, Robert Ball, and Shawn McDowell. So, there you go. Now, the next thing we're going to be doing is a deck review. Now, yesterday was my birthday, for those of you that don't know, and I got a bunch of decks here for my birthday, so I thought I'd review a deck, and then I would teach you a trick and something to go along with it. So I'll be doing deck reviews on all of these, but I'm going to show you the decks real quick, so you can pick out the deck for the next video, because I got the first deck already picked out. So the first one would have to be Peanuts. Now, Charles Schultz, who created Peanuts, is another one of my favorite authors, but he did comic strips and not books, so that's why I went with Dr. Seuss. But this is one of the decks, okay, so real nice Peanuts deck. Another deck is Holy Saints. So these have all the saints on them, okay? So on the back, here you go. Hopefully you can see that. Now another deck would be Spider-Man, okay? So, Spider-Man right here. The Amazing Spider-Man. Okay, so now for this next deck, I actually won a different color of the deck. Okay, so you'll see what I mean in a second here. when I pull out the deck wherever it went to. I'm not gonna worry about it right now because I can't find it. Okay, well, I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm pretty sure I'll find it later. But I won the deck from CardMechanic, not this one, but the white one. So this is a medieval deck, okay? So this is another one I can review. I don't think I reviewed the first medieval deck, but this one I can. So the next deck, now this one is interesting. This one is called Odyssey. I don't know how many of you know this deck. But here's the deck. And it actually comes with... So I'm probably going to do this one in a separate video. But this one comes with a piece of paper right here. So separate video just so I can show you the paper and go and break everything down. Because if I do it in this video, it's going to be like an hour long. And I don't want that. Because we're almost to 30 minutes already. So the next deck, these are actually a 2-pack, would be, I saw these at Walmart, okay? Walmart got these in, then they sold out. They got these in, then they sold them out. Luckily, these were the last two for my mom to pick up. Or these 2 bicycle decks. I'll review these in a separate video as well. Now, and I will always have something to teach, whether it's a sleight or a trick or whatever. I know my other deck reviews, I didn't teach anything. I just did the deck. So these are the other decks right here. Okay, so the next deck I could use, I'll go with these ones, are the Navigators. Now these ones I don't know too well, but I saw them and I really liked them. So these are Navigators. Theory 11. Now these ones I saw were really nice. These are the Black Seafarers. Okay, so remember, whatever deck you want in the next video, I'll try to do it tomorrow. No promises though. I will teach. Or I will show. So just let me know down below. And the last one, because I already have the deck picked out. I'm pretty sure... Now, maybe Jorge Anido has this deck, because I think this is a Daniel Madison deck, okay? I looked it up and Daniel Madison popped up. So if anyone knows anything about Hellions, let me know. I saw them and they look pretty cool, so I put them down as something to get, and my mom picked them up. So if anyone has Hellions, let me know how these are. I looked at them and they're pretty cool. So the last deck we're going to be using are the Theory 11 Avengers, okay? Now, I will be doing a deck review, but the first thing I'm going to be doing is actually the trick. And then while I'm doing the deck review, I'll give you guys some time to figure out how it's done. So without further ado, let's get into what this trick looks like. Okay, so we're going to use a helper card here, and we're going to use the King of Hearts. Now, the deck can be shuffled. I'm going to make 2 piles here, okay? So just 2 piles. Here's the first pile, and let's use the second pile, like this. So now the spectator has a free choice at whatever pile they would like. Let's say this one. Now the spectator would cut their pile anywhere they would like off to the side. And I'll cut mine too, just like this. Now, from the rest of the deck, the spectator is going to choose another card, okay, to remember. So let's say they choose, ooh, perfect, the Ace of Spades. They'll place it on either pile they would like of theirs, and then they'll take either one of my piles and place it on top. I'll take my King of Hearts, place it on my pile. Take the rest of these, place them on top, and place these right on top too. So now, after we're done here, we're going to deal 2 piles. We're going to see if this king can find the spectator's ace of spades. Perfect. So we know the king is in this pile. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to narrow these down. Perfect. And once again, we'll narrow these down until we have 1 card left. Now, we're going to put these off to the side because we're going to look at the other cards here. Because maybe the ace of spades is somewhere in here. But remember, the spectator could have had any card, and we just narrowed these down to 1 card. And we got the ace of spades. Okay, so that was the trick. Now we're going to do the deck review, and then I'll teach you how it's done. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at this box. Now the first thing you can notice right away is how purple it is. There's a lot of stuff going on here, so I'm going to back this up a little. You can pause the video and take a screenshot and look at that. But here is the box. Okay, so it says Avengers on top, and it has some nice symbols or logos right here. It has an A right here. It says Avengers, and it's in a nice purple, black, gold type thing. And actually the front here is the back, so it's a lot more in detail, but here you go. Do it right about there. I'm not going to describe everything, but you can see everything. On the side, it says the Infinity Saga. And on the other side, it says the Infinity Saga. Now, the bottom just talks about Theory 11, because they have these cards. And the top says, I'm guessing the Infinity Saga again, but I'm not going to take that label off there or a sticker. Now, if we open it up, you're going to see this. We open this up, it's going to be black, and then it's 2 gold right here. And then it's all black right there. So this was the box. Now, what cards do you get? So you get, now this doesn't make sense to me, but you get 2 of the same ad card, okay? This doesn't make sense, because one of the ad cards, I think, should have had a list with all of the Avengers and villains on it. So, they're the front on the front and back, they're the same. So, on the front, it says Marvel Avengers Theory 11. And on the back, it says Theory 11 produces the world's finest playing cards, the ultimate high-end luxury playing cards, right there. And that's what this card says as well. So, don't know why they would have 2 of the same card, but there you go. Now, the Jokers are not identical, and you don't get any double backers or anything. And these wouldn't make a double backer, but there you go. Maybe a double facer somehow. I don't know. So one of the Jokers actually looks like this. I'm not too sure who this is supposed to be, if anything, because I don't know that much about Avengers, but I know some of the people are superheroes, villains. So there's the first Joker. I know this guy is supposed to be Thanos. So, there he is. I think he has the Infinity Gauntlet, but I could be wrong. Now, the back of the cards is this really light shade of purple. Okay, so maybe you can see that. You can see the front design of the card. It might match the box. I'm not too sure, though. So, here's the box. Okay, so now what? Oh, darn it. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is I'll go over the face cards at the end. And right now, I am just going to do the number cards, okay? Okay, so these are going to be each of the number cards. So right here, we have the 5 of hearts. You can take a look at the 5. I'll just hold each of these up as we go by. You can pause the video and look at them. But I'm not going to be explaining anything, because I'm not too sure what these designs are. Maybe they're not anything. So as you can see, or if you can't see, the reds are actually, I think, a little brighter. So maybe brighter, lighter. They're not as dark as I would think they would be. I think the reds have... No. Okay, so each of the suits have a different pattern in them. But these are essentially the cards, okay? So if I went over one of these one by one, this video would take over an hour. And we're already about 32 minutes into this. So, one of my longer videos. But I don't think each deck review will be over a half hour, thankfully. So, here we go. We're almost down to the end here. We have a few cards left. About 4 or 5. So, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, those are all of the number cards. Now, each of the designs are going to be the same for each of the suits there. Now, let's look at the rest of the cards here. So, the first ones we're going to be looking at are the jacks. And I'll put these in the right order. Okay, so, remember you can take pictures or screenshots of these, because I don't know all of these guys. But here is the Jack of Clubs. Maybe he's a Star Wars dude, but I'm not too sure. This guy is obviously Spidey, Spider-Man. Look at what they're wearing, too. So that's definitely different. This guy has a bow, so I'm not too sure who he is. And this guy looks like Thanos. But I could be wrong. Maybe it's the Hulk. I don't even know if he is in Marvel. Who knows? But there they are. Now the next ones I'm going to be doing are the queens. So I don't know any of the queens. So here's the first queen. I don't know who she is. Maybe Poison Ivy. Who knows? So this guy looks like Oh, no, okay. It wouldn't be the Flash. Someone else. I don't know who. But I just remembered these are the queens. So there you go. Now, the kings, and then we have the aces. Now, the kings here, I think I know all of these, but I could be wrong. This guy is... Okay, this guy looks like Thor, just because of the hammer. This is Iron Man. Okay, I know that mask or shield, face shield from anywhere. This guy looks like Captain America. And this one has to be Black Panther. And then we have the aces. So the aces are going to look like this. So here is the first ace. I'm going to hold it up because I need to see the inside there. So the next one is the Ace of Hearts. Then the Ace of Spades. And the Ace of Diamonds. So, those are all of the cards. Let's get into how this trick is done. Okay, so I saw this trick on Miss Mag's channel. He called it Jack the Bounty Hunter. But you don't have to use Jack, obviously. So the deck's going to be shuffled. It can be borrowed, and you don't even need a full deck. What you're going to need is a helper card. Whether it's the spectator's favorite card, or maybe your favorite card. Whatever, you're going to need a face card. Any card. I'm going to do the King of Hearts. And you're going to make 2 piles. Now, each pile is going to have 15 cards in it. There's a few ways you can go about this. I counted in 3s, but you don't have to. You can count in 2s, maybe 5s, maybe 4s, but I wouldn't count one by one singly. You need 2 piles of 15 cards each. So maybe you want to go, so this is 5, okay. So 3, 4, 5. Square these up as 1. Do another 3, 4, 5. That's 10. And then do another 3, 4, 5 for 15. Or maybe you could do 4. You could do 8. You could do 12. And then you could do 3. 12 plus 3 is so 4, 8, 12, and then 15. The rest of the cards go off to the side. So any way you do this, you want 2 piles of 15 cards each. Now the spectator is going to choose either pile, let's say this one. They're going to cut this anywhere they would like and set it off to the side. You're going to cut your pile, do the same thing. Now from the rest of the cards again, the remaining cards, you're going to have one selected. Say the Ace of Diamonds. This one will go face down on top of either of the spectator selection piles here. Say this one. Either one of your piles is going to go on top. We'll say this one. Now, your card here will go on, let's say, your pile. Then the spectator's pile will go on top of your card. And then all of these right on top of here. And now, if you did everything right, self-working from here, all you have to do is just deal 2 piles and keep doing this with the pile that has the king in it, okay? Okay, so thank God the king wasn't in here. So we know the king is in here. So now we're going to deal again. And you can do whatever you would like during this. But you're just going to want to narrow it down just like this. Until you have 1 card left. You can do whatever you would like. But if you do everything right, that will be the Ace of Diamonds. So, my 2 favorite cards, what do you know? But that was the trick. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed the deck review. Thank you for 100 subscribers once again. It truly means a lot to me. Whether we go down a subscriber or go up a subscriber, I don't know. But here is the Q&A finally. I think all of you have been waiting patiently for this, for whoever submitted questions. Your channels will be down below. And once again, let me know down below what you would like the next deck review to be. So one more time, I'll show you the decks, and then I'll have something to show and teach. So we have the Hellions, we have the Black Seafarers, we have the Navigators, we have this 2-pack of Bicycle, we have this Odyssey deck with the paper, we have the Black Medieval, the Spider-Man, the Holy Saints, and the Peanuts. Thank you once again for 100 subscribers. If you're new here, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. No need to leave questions anymore, unless you want to, and then we can get ready for 200 subscribers. That's it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.